Hey everyone, so I decided that today I was going to talk about a pretty important topic for trans men and women in high school, and that is prom and graduation. Now, I graduated high school 2 years ago, so this is, kind of like my experience, what happened to me, and hopefully it can help you guys, if you would like to go to prom or graduate as a different gender than your assigned gender at birth. Hope that makes sense to you guys. So, pretty much throughout high school, I mentioned this in my transitioning in high school, and I think even my coming out story, like when I transitioned and everything. So, I came out to my mom my sophomore year of high school, and then I think it was, I just kind of slowly transitioned into the whole gender neutral thing for a few years. And then, once I went to college, I went full time. So I decided senior year that I wanted to kind of transition the most, and I think this is when I became the most gender neutral and when it was really obvious that I was definitely trying to stay away from the whole guy aspect and move towards being feminine. So with that came prom. Now I had been in the town that I grew up in and went to school in since 4th grade, and it was a very small town. Our high school was about between 400 and 500 people, so it was very, very tiny. Everyone knew each other, and yeah, everyone knew that I was a boy growing up and in high school and everything. So it was kind of a shock when I decided to transition, but, throughout the years, I did it very slowly so people knew that it was going to happen. Okay, so prom comes around. Now, prom was in May, and I graduated in June, so it was about a month away before I graduated. So I had never been to, any formal event for my high school, or, any prom like that, beforehand. So this was, completely new to me. And I decided that I really wanted to go. My mom's like, you need to go to prom. I definitely recommend that you guys go to prom. And I didn't want to go to prom in a tux as a boy. That just was not appealing to me. So I decided that I wanted to go to prom as a girl. And what I did is, well, I knew that I wanted to wear a dress and everything and be really feminine. And I didn't really know how to go about that and see if it was, okay. Because, I hear all these, horror stories and, Paris Hilton that, these kids are banned from going to the prom because they want to, she wants to wear a tux and he wants to wear a dress and all this stuff. So I didn't want to be one of those cases, those news stories that we hear. So I went to my guidance counselor, who I actually had a pretty good relationship with. She's a really sweet woman. And I asked her, I was like, I really would like to go to prom as a girl, and wear a dress and everything, makeup, hair, all of that, even though I was wearing makeup. But I was like, I want to wear makeup and everything, and hair, the dress, the works. And she looked at me and she's like, okay. That's all she said. She's like, okay. So I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, we have nothing against that. You can wear whatever you want to prom. And so it kind of shocked me because I really wasn't expecting it to be that easy. Now, depending on where you live, you're going to get you could get a completely different answer, or you can get the same one that I got. So it really depends on the school you go to, where you live, there's a lot of factors that play into this. But, she was really sweet, and my whole school was very, very, very accommodating with this whole thing. And I told her, I was like, I don't want to show up and be kicked out or something like that. And she's like, I'll talk to, the faculty that'll be there, and they'll just know. So I come prom, I got up early in the morning, did my hair, or I got my hair done, makeup, hand, nails, all that stuff, and get to prom. And, well, I took pictures, obviously, and then get to prom and everything. And it was awesome. I got so many compliments. I had a great experience, and I'll actually insert a few pictures of myself at prom, my high school senior prom. So here we go. So prom was a really good experience for me, and I hope that it can be a great experience for you guys too. I went alone because I repel men, so that's okay. A lot of my friends went alone, and I think that's totally fine. I think it's more embarrassing when you actually have to, ask someone from a different school to, go to prom with you who you don't even know. A couple of my friends did that, and they hated it, and it was so awkward for them because they brought dates who they didn't even know. They met, that night, and I was like, ugh. I'm so glad I'm single. Okay, so moving on to graduation. Graduation was a little bit more difficult than prom because prom is, through the school, it's just, it's a fun little thing. And then you have graduation, which is a formal ceremony. So it was a little bit more difficult for me to graduate as a girl. I did in the end, yes. And when I say graduate as a girl, I mean boys in my school, our colors were blue and white, so boys were blue, girls were white. And yeah, so I really wanted to graduate as a girl. I mean, I went to prom as a girl. We also have these things called senior banquet, which is where all the seniors, they throw like a party for the seniors and everything. So I went to that as a girl as well, wore a dress and everything, blah, blah, blah. So when graduation came around, I was like, I want to graduate as a girl. I've done these like formal events and I've dressed as a girl. I want to graduate as a girl. So I spoke to my, oh God, what was she? She was kind of like our graduation, or our class, like, leader, quote unquote. And she was responsible for all those things. Needless to say, she was also the, I guess, director of the Pride, or like straight gay alliance group. So it was really nice that I had her on my side, and she was like totally for it. She was like, absolutely. She just had to check with administration and everything to make sure that it was, possible for me to wear white instead of blue. And believe it or not, that's actually kind of like there's a big difference, I guess, to wear white and blue. It's not just, oh, you can just get blue because you want it, or you can just get white because you want it. You, like, are assigned it and everything, and it's like this, it's whatever. So, I found out, actually, a few days before my graduation that I was going to be graduating as a girl. I don't know how she did it. I don't know if she went through, I'm assuming she had to go through administration for it, but they were completely okay with it, and I ended up wearing white on graduation. I wore a white dress and white, what's it called? White gown, I guess. Caps and gowns, I guess that's what they're called. So I ended up graduating as a girl as well. And I guess, for any kind of advice that I can give, is just go to your faculty. I mean, that's what they're there for. I think it's hard to say if it's like easier with like a larger school or a smaller school. It really depends on where you are, and I think that it's something that high schools really need to work on and, accept. And I was so lucky that I never had a problem, and I was able to, do what I wanted to. And I had so much support from my high school and everything. I actually just went back to my high school yesterday, and I saw a bunch of my old teachers and staff members, and it was so nice to see them again. So that was really a great thing. But I think it's important to know your staff and talk to your staff, and if they say no, keep working towards getting to that outcome of if you want to go to prom as a boy or a girl, fight for it. And that's the only way the change is ever going to be made, is if you fight for something. And I think it's really important to do that. And if they had said no to me, then I would have fought for it. I was just one of the lucky few that, they said yes. And that was, I don't take it for granted, because I know there's a lot of people out there who, have to go to the prom. Ugh, I keep getting messages. Who have to go to the prom or graduate, and they feel so uncomfortable. And I don't want that. Like, these are supposed to be moments that you remember forever. And I want you guys to remember them forever and be happy with how you look and everything and what you're dressed in and all that. I mean, it makes a big difference. So definitely try to work with your staff or anything. If you have any more questions about it, please leave them below, or you can message them to me directly. I think that's it for this video, so please comment and subscribe. I hope this helped you guys. I know prom and graduation are just around the corner, so I hope I got this up in time before you guys have to worry about that kind of stuff, and you can find out what's going to happen. So, alright, please comment and subscribe. I think I already said that, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.